Will Cam Newton find a team before the season starts?
I think with the pandemic going on, I don't think so. I don't think he'll sign with
You
the
think
team.
that's what's going to ultimately affect his decision?
I feel like that's. I don't feel like it's going to affect his decision. I feel like it's going to affect how other teams approach it.
Mm-hmm.
I think whenever preseason does end up coming about, I think teams are going to start playing, and one or more of the teams. I can't really think of a lot of the teams right now, but the teams that really have questionable quarterbacks right now
Steelers,
are.
Jacksonville, Patriots,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a couple of them. Even people who think
Tampa
they have
Bay,
the starter, they're going to go into season
Indianapolis,
preseason
Chargers,
and they're going to start throwing the ball around,
not the
and
Broncos.
they're going to realize that either their starter quarterback or their backup quarterback is not up to par, and then they're going to sign Cam Newton, and Cam Newton's going to outperform their starter, and he's going to take it over somewhere. But I think if he does sign at the earliest, I think it'll be during the preseason or right before preseason, whenever training camps are allowed to go. You hate to say it, but someone's probably going to get injured. It happens every year. Somebody goes down.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably going to end up taking over somewhere like there. I think right now my gut feeling says it's going to be either Jacksonville or Pittsburgh. I think Ben Roethlisberger. Not that
Two-year
he's
program.
inconsistent, but he's kind of getting to that point to where he's always been able to take those shots.
What he has maybe 1-2 seasons left. I know he's coming out of the
Yeah,
surgery and saying that like this is the best he's felt in a while, but
that happens a lot.
a
Everyone
lot.
says
I've heard that
that.
time and time before, and
And
most of the time
it
it
works
doesn't
out
really come true.
sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. Most of the time, no. I'm giving a cap on Ben Roethlisberger's career as a starter. A cap. And I'm being generous at 3 years. Realistically, two.
Yeah, and then right now your backup quarterback is Mason Rudolph, and we've seen his head's not right. He already took too many shots.
He already has a crater in there, and then you also got a dude on the roster named Duck Hodges.
Yeah, and Duck. But
To be fair, they didn't do half bad when they filled in, given the circumstances, given where they really were on the roster and that. But those two are not your long-term quarterbacks. They're not going to be your long-term thing. Cam Newton is a proven quarterback in this league. Cam Newton still has what it takes to be a starting quarterback in this league. And remember, did Michael Vick? He was a backup with the Steelers for a year or two.
he also started for a bit
So,
when Ben Roethlisberger went down.
wait, you
And
said
it's
Ben
different.
Roethlisberger got injured again? Whoa!
Yeah, before this. Wow, you
Wow!
guys. But
There's
I think
I
he
didn't think
has.
there was a history of this thing happening.
I mean, it seems like it's just like a repeating thing that he gets injured a lot, and you need a good
Amy, you
quarterback.
should have a good quarterback like Cam Newton to be a backup because he's going to end up starting games no matter what happens.
Yeah, honestly, if I was Cam, I know he said the whole thing about he's not going anywhere to be a backup, but I feel like if you sign with the Steelers, you're gonna start at
Yeah,
some point.
it's gonna happen.
You're
Come on
gonna
now.
start at some point.
Come
If
on
you're
now.
if you're if you're on the Steelers right now, obviously if they signed Cam, it'd be a different story. But if you're on the Steelers right now, and you're behind Ben Roethlisberger, you better be taking starter reps because you're starting at some point. If you're the third string quarterback on that team
Doc
right now,
Hodges.
they haven't signed because they haven't signed Cam Newton yet.
Mm-hmm.
You better get those starting reps in
Mm-hmm.
because you're coming in too.
Exactly. I do think that one of these teams, especially the Jags or Steelers, I say Jags more than Steelers because I don't have a lot of faith in Gardner Minshew, at least not what I've seen from his rookie year. I feel like Cam Newton is definitely going to be the better choice moving forward. You still have Minshew as backup, and maybe he can develop. But as of right now, Cam Newton is obviously better than Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
between
you
those
bring
two
him in.
teams, those are the best teams that he can go to. But I will
Yeah,
answer this question,
that's
Jalen.
just,
Cam Newton is not going to be on the team by the time week 1 kicks off. I'm
mhm.
saying I just don't feel like it's in Cam Newton. I hope he proves me wrong, and I hope I'm wrong with this because I want to see Cam Newton play football this season. But I don't think Cam Newton is going to be able to be like Jameis Winston and swallow his pride a little bit and take a backup contract. Maybe not backup money because
Cam Newton.
he's Cam Newton. Exactly. It's Cam Newton. But he is not going to be brought onto a team and be the automatic immediate starter for them. So
Yeah.
he's not going to be starting. He's not going to be on the roster once the season starts.
They should just let Dak Prescott go, the Cowboys, and just have Andy Dalton and Cam Newton go for the spot.
You say that it sounds so stupid, but at the same time, it makes so much more sense what they actually have going down there in Dallas.
I'd give obviously not right now, but with the potential Cam Newton has and what he's done in his career,
Better
I
than
would have
Dak.
offered him the 35 mil that I offered Dak.
I'd rather pay Cam Newton that kind of money than Dak Prescott.
Me too.
Oh man, give
I
Cam
hope-
Newton, Ezekiel Elliott, and that offensive line and those wide receivers. Woo.
I hope
And that defense.
because I wanted Dak to be drafted by the Cardinals a while back when that
Really?
draft came around. But at the same time, bro,
It's probably
you
a good thing
haven't.
they passed up on him now.
Yeah, now it's like, bro, if you're gonna have this attitude, understandable, whatever. You want 35, you want 30, more than 35 mil. You haven't played like it, and you're kind of being kind of a prissy about it, man. But
That's
it's
cap.
like you got offered money, that good money for the way you've played. Obviously, the team wants you because you're good in their system, but you haven't really won any playoff games,
Nope.
bro. You haven't taken them to the Super Bowl.
Nope.
You haven't gotten close. You're winning.
The closest you've
seasons
gone
are-
was a divisional round, last minute L to the Green Bay Packers.
ouch.
That was a
But
fun
you could
game.
have won, honestly. If you
Should've
made
won.
a couple more of your throws, you should have won that game. But honestly, 35 mil was overshooting it. And for you to be like, I want to be the top paid guy in the league when you don't have top paid guy in the league, stats, win percentage, mentality, leadership skills,
Mhm.
anything that the other top guys in the league have, and you're asking to be paid more than those guys. And I just don't think that's smart. Like honestly, they do say know your worth. At the same time, know your limits. Like,
Dak is whack, and you got sat that crack, man.
yeah,
Straight up.
stay up that crack. He was smoking something when he turned down that
something
contract.
nice. But they were going.
You could honestly, they even said they were willing to sign a shorter contract with him. It didn't have to be a long term.
No.
He could have got a little bit less money with that. The same money per year for that $35 million deal.
Why
And
Dak
it's-
turned down that
proof-
contract, I don't think we'll ever know because it is one of the dumbest choices I think I've seen in recent NFL history.
Dak is gonna shit the bed this year. Excuse my language, but he's gonna crap the bed this year. And he's gonna lose his job, and he's gonna have to find a new home.
Let's hope so, because that'd be funny as hell. Anything bad that happens to the Dallas Cowboys is a good thing for the rest of the NFL.